You sexy whores. We are live. Episode 17 of the podcast. I need a fucking intro. I really need an intro song.
Batman.
Luis, introduce yourself to the people who don't know you.
Oh, hey, my name is Luis Martinez. You know, undergraduate, didn't graduate, dropped out at the age of 10. Nah, I'm just joking. I did graduate barely, though.
Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated.
From Gainesville?
Yeah, Gainesville High School.
I didn't walk in Gainesville, so I don't know who
But you
graduated.
were there, though.
Nah.
Yeah, I took
Didn't
pictures
go-
with you.
Which one? The church one? At the church?
No, like at the graduation.
The ceremony?
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I was at a concert, dude.
Were you high or something?
Probably. I was at a concert that night.
He was there, wasn't he?
Nah, dude. It was your graduation I went to.
I know you were in mine.
I didn't go to our class. I didn't go to our class graduation.
You were there, though.
I was at a concert, dude. I remember.
I'll look up one more photos right quick, see if you're in there.
I'm not in there, man.
Maybe. I can't recall.
No, I was at a concert because I remember people were asking me, "Are you gonna walk?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Why?" I'm going to a concert. I saw Maguire. I remember I saw Maguire. It was that day. It was like May 11th.
Yeah, it was May 11th.
It was a couple days.
2011.
It was because the Earth was gonna end that day or something like that. Remember that? That dude said the world's gonna end. It was May 11th or something.
No.
You didn't remember that? It was like a huge thing. There was a
remember
plane flying above Atlanta. It said the end is coming May 11th, 2011.
Where was that at? Was that like under a rock during that time? 'Cause
I don't know,
remember
man. You probably stoned. What is it? Can you find it?
I'm barely searching right now.
What were you talking about? We were talking about it before the podcast started about the wacky shit you saw at the camping site.
Oh, we saw. It was the first thing we saw. We got there. You know, we unpacked everything. We were about to set up the tent, and Hector and I just randomly looked up, and we saw something shooting emitting blue light. And right when it was gonna get to the tip, like it was a white flashing light, it disappeared.
Yeah.
So we were saying it was a falling star, but since you know how the Earth is spherical.
It's spherical, yeah, it's curved.
So it was curving up.
I say it's an alien, man. That's an alien right there. It went up. That's a logical conclusion. It's an alien. No.
But it was pretty awesome though. Like you had to see it. If I could draw it, I would.
If you can go back in time,
Yeah.
you should.
If I could take a picture, yeah.
I wish I went, man. I couldn't go. I had to work. I had to open up shop at 8.
Yeah.
No, 5. No, wait, 6. I'm lying to you. 6.
Well, you were like the main guy.
I'm the only dude working there, so like I have to go. I don't work today. So.
I didn't find it, but I found Omar's caricature.
There's Omar's caricature. Yeah, look at that. Look at that sexy
Six
bit.
Flags or where?
Six Flags.
Yeah,
Six
Six
we did
Flags.
that one.
It's been a while, man. It's been a long time since
Okay,
we've been to Six
yeah.
Flags. You went to Six Flags recently, didn't you?
Yeah, I went. What was it?
09.
When?
09.
Oh, that's when I went to Six Flags.
Yeah, I think it was when we got those.
Yeah, no, he went. They went. Did you go recently with them?
No, it was Kevin, Hector, Omar, I believe.
Maybe Jessica.
No, Jessica didn't go. Hector.
She never goes.
Christina
She never
went.
joins you guys. That's kind of weird because I'm always with my brothers and sisters. So never like I go with my friends and they have brothers like they're never there. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where's your brother at, dude? Where's your sister at? Why is she here?
Well, Evan
It's
is.
kind of weird to say. Like, hey,
It's
why isn't your
Hey,
sister?
hey, dude, where's your sister at?
It's kind of creepy. Like, what do you want to know? Like,
I just want to see her, man. I just want to see her.
You want to check her out? Is that what
I mean, Hector's a nice sister. She's pretty. I couldn't date Hector's sister though, or anyone's sister.
We've known her too long.
Yeah, it's
a
gonna be like I'm
second
dating
sister.
like my friend.
Half
Not that my
sister.
friend. I'm just I'm dating a family member. I couldn't date someone like
I mean, we've
that.
known her since she was like.
I've known Hector since we were in the 4th grade, so like dating her. And I know her when she was little. So I'll just be 4th. Yeah, third grade.
I don't know.
It was 3rd or 4th grade. 4th grade, I think.
But when did y'all meet? I mean, y'all always lived here.
I met Hector in the 4th grade. I met Omar in the 4th grade too.
Same class?
Hector was in my class. That's how I knew him. And Omar, I just kind of knew him. Omar just the dude with the eyebrow. Like, I didn't know to get weed.
He was like
Like, I've seen you before.
he stashes weed in his eyebrow.
When did I meet you, man?
I don't know. We just kind of on the bus during middle school.
Middle school?
Yeah.
Was it that late?
I mean, I guess.
And he's like, I'll fucking know. Was it? No, it was through Super Smash Bros. I think we met. Because you had a GameCube. I think that's how we met.
No, Homer did.
Someone. I don't know, man.
Probably hanging out with.
You're
Omar
like
and
the cool
Hector.
kid on the block, the guy with the GameCube.
Yeah, he was
I
a
didn't know
kid.
his-
Dude, I had a GameCube, dude. That was the shit back in the day.
Still
No,
is.
Still, mine's in my closet. It's right there.
We're talking about GameCube. The new generation doesn't know. They're just like, what?
Yeah, GameCube. The Wii eats dick. The new Wii. It's like it's like an iPad combo.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it sucked. I never tried it, so I'm basing that off absolutely nothing.
I know just like the Wii.
I'm basing my opinion on nothing.
Like the first Wii that they came out with was like reverse compatible, and
Yeah.
you could hook up your GameCube controllers to it and play Super Smash. and
The
on
Wii
GameCubes.
Wii one was the shit.
Yeah.
I had a Wii one, then I got robbed, and it's gone.
I was thinking about getting one.
The Wii?
Yeah.
They're fun. I mean, they're like what, $50 now.
And then a bunch of like party games for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I would play was like Mario Party.
Yeah.
That was like
Dude,
the
Mario.
great-
Super
yeah.
Smash and all these like games you could play with other people.
I
That's
wouldn't
what
play
like about
Smash
Wii.
Bros. I would just like watch Omar play.
I
He
suck
was too
dick at
good
Smash
it.
Bros. Yeah, like either you're good at Smash Bros. Or you're just gonna eat it.
It's like the only thing I knew that I could beat anybody at was Mario Party, because I was just like pressing every button.
I know not Mario. Omar, Miguel, and Kevin were the best ones at Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And then they kicked ass. They were so competitive. Not Omar, Miguel, and Kevin. They're so
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah,
Every
everything.
game was a pissing contest. Jesus Christ. Can we just have fun? Can we not make... I don't want to get my ass kicked.
And then they talk so much shit. Oh my god.
They talk a lot of shit. Yo, hand me a
It's
pillow, man. I need to lay back.
It's like when they beat you,
Yeah, they
it's
talk
like it's over for you. Like you have no career after that.
Yeah. Go kill yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You suck at life.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man. I can't imagine being like that. I mean, the older I get, I play less games, but also like, I don't play Xbox Live anymore. I hardly play multiplayer games now. I play single player. Like, that's it. Like multiplayer, I will maybe touch every now and then.
I guess just as you're growing up,
Yeah.
you get
Your responsibilities.
yeah.
All
Like,
the
you got
sounds
different-
back.
I can see it.
Oh my god, it's back. I'm so sorry, people.
Yeah, we get it.
Is this live?
Yeah, it's live, dude. It's going on.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, we're back.
Shout out.
We're back.
Yeah, it's live, man. It's live right now in 40 countries, 8 continents.
I'm shaking out 8 continents.
Atlantis is the other one. Nah, but yeah, I don't know. I like games, but not to the point that I'm like competitive about it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, because I had nothing else to do.
Well, I mean, that was like all the rage. It was like you had to compete against somebody in order to have bragging rights. If you didn't have bragging rights over somebody, it's
Like
like
it was more important than like getting laid. It was being better. It was being good at the game. Like that was what was in back in the day.
it really was.
Either you sucked at a game or yeah.
You gotta be good at specific games too.
I was
Not
really
just
good
any
at
game.
Gears. No one liked Gears of War.
Dude, I like Gears.
You guys introduced
I
me
always
to it.
liked it.
Yeah, but no one liked it. Miguel and all those fuckers hated it. They're like, Gears of War
Halo, Call
sucks.
of Duty.
I hated Halo. I fucking hate Halo.
Tell me about it. I never played Halo.
You
Like
never-
not one.
could've
You're not missing much.
They're just like walking and
Jump.
melee.
Yeah, it's the most basic shooter. Yeah.
But people got so competitive with it.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
everybody
funny
would
thing.
talk like it was so good. I was
It's-
like,
They
I would
just-
imagine it in my head when they would talk about it, and I would sit on the cover and I was like, I can't see where they're getting all this from.
No, when I would play it, I would hate it when I'm like across the map and get killed, and then I spawn across the map and I'm trying to walk all the way back.
Yeah,
Where all
they
the
keep killing you.
enemies are,
Yeah.
and then I get sniped again. And
Well, they do it in
That's
such a
funny
way
with
that
that.
you don't spawn anywhere else, so you can only spawn
Yeah.
there. I don't know how to do that.
you just cover
Spawn
certain spots.
Yeah, they
Pretty
do
much.
like they like hold possession, so you only spawn in this one area, so they can
Yeah.
just keep killing you.
Yeah.
It's
Or
an
they know
asshole
that
thing
you
to
won't
do.
be- so you know that you won't be spawning like certain half of the map.
I would rage quit like every single game.
No.
I would like curse everybody out, and then
Luis is a rage quitter. He's one of those,
Yeah.
he's one of those people.
I'm one of those.
I mean, but I think like the new ones, I think they're
Halo
the
4 is actually kind of good. I have it. I haven't played it since.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in 2 years. I have it though.
But no, but I mean, what I've seen online from like YouTube and everything, the maps are like super huge. So I mean, it looks like it's too.
Well, they're
hard
trying to copy Call of Duty now.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
think all of them are kind of the same. Like, which one is it? Battlefield.
Battlefield 4.
Dude,
Yeah.
Battlefield's the shit. You can fly jets and
I
everything.
haven't played it.
Like Destiny is just like it's the same thing, but it's like they just add different magical features to it.
Wizard power.
Special weapons.
You have Destiny, don't you?
Omar does.
You don't play it?
Yeah, I do.
And he's a beast at it.
Who's better, you or Omar?
Technically, it's like you have to have strategies.
We haven't.
And he's like, I have my days, Omar has his days.
We do.
It's like, I don't want to say.
He's like,
I am the best.
Cough.
It can be fun, but it's just
Oh,
it gets too repetitive.
Yeah, talking
And
about
that's when I
You can get another beer, dude. Well, they're your beers. I mean, they're right there. God damn, we should have gotten a bottle opener before we fucking started this podcast. Oh shit, it is. That's Hector's. I'm like, how are we gonna open these beers without getting up? And there's Hector's. That's Hector's birthday present.
Oh, is it?
That's his Christmas present to me.
Nice.
He gave it to me last year for Christmas. I was like, you know me so well. I was like, you know me so.
It's like Hector anytime is like we're gonna give out presents or anything.
Yeah.
They always give him something about hunting or camping.
Yeah.
It was like his thing.
I gave Hector a T-shirt, man. I didn't know what else to give him because like.
Yeah.
I was like, he has every hunting thing now. Like, I can't get a 10. He has a 10 already. Like, he has everything.
Go to China and see what they have for.
I can get him a gun. That'd be kind of nice. That'd be awesome for Christmas. You would like overshadow his present though, probably.
Yeah.
You would like overshadow.
You got him a gun? It's like, well, I guess I walk away with my Minnie Mouse. No.
Yeah, you would overshadow every other person's present.
Just give him like plush toys of a deer.
Ammo would be nice. Give him ammo. If I know what kind of gun he has.
But
He's listening to this podcast probably.
Like,
These bastards.
It's probably sneezing. Like, anyway, you know how when somebody's talking about you?
They sneeze, yeah. That's like Mexican folklore though.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
That's like some hard. It's like when you like hiccup or whatever, or like what did you steal? Like your dick hurts. Like who's thinking of sucking it? Like,
I haven't heard that one.
I haven't.
You ever heard that one? That's one.
It's like when you trip on a rock. It's like somebody's trying to take your woman. I don't know if you heard about that one.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Trip
Where
over
you
a
trip?
rock.
Trip on a rock. Someone trying to take your girl?
Like the saying is like, "¿Quién te la quiere bajar?"
That sounds so bad. Like in Spanish. It sounds so much worse than what it actually is. Wait, why is it a rock though? Why a rock?
It's just like anytime you step over something and you trip.
What if you don't have a girl?
I mean, your future.
Your future predicts your
You're
future.
trying to fuck your bitch. I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, we were talking about like shooting games and all that. Hector and I were talking at the campsite. We went to Mountain.
Wait, what? Wait.
But you know how you
We
were
were
talking
talking
about
about
shooting games,
shooting
war,
guns.
and all that.
Oh yeah.
Shooting in war?
You know how in the
Video
war.
games.
Oh, okay,
You
dude.
know
I
how
completely
you
lost
can-
you. I was like, what? I was like,
We were talking about shooting, war. So I was like,
right?
and Yona Mountain. I related this to the Yona Mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about how back in the days they were just like straight up just go in front of each other and shoot. So like you'd see who you're shooting. It's not
Yeah,
like
or you're stabbing.
yeah. But that was like pretty crazy. That took some balls.
To be that close.
That wasn't that long ago either, man. That was like
Yeah.
200 years ago. I was like, Civil War, that shit still happened.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was 200 years ago. That wasn't that long.
Whoa. I don't know. Atomic bombs.
What?
It's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
today's the anniversary of the atomic bomb.
Is it?
Oh yeah. It
Yeah.
is. Hiroshima.
Hiroshima.
Oh,
Yeah. Japan is actually celebrating, dude. It's like they're like.
I think they're
well, it's
more than
Memorial.
celebrating.
It's
They're
Memorial.
I saw like some fucking
They're more than celebrating.
But it's still like I consider kind of celebrating.
Yeah.
I guess you would celebrate in the sense that you're like, you know, looking
'Cause-
back at it, you know.
Yeah, because I mean Japanese are like really they honor anything.
They
Yeah,
they
it's
honor. They have a
lost.
lot of family honor. A lot.
It's like that's their thing. It's like they honor the dead.
Yeah. They're kind of like Hispanics. Hispanics
Yeah.
do the same thing too. But yeah, it's crazy though. I was reading on the article about it today. Well, the one in Nagasaki dropped on the 9th. The one in Hiroshima dropped on the 6th.
No.
That's 8:50, I think it happened. So that would be what? 8:50 our time. Just 2 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Someone dropping a fucking death ray on you.
Dude, and like you wouldn't even know it's coming. It's just like you're eating your breakfast.
Just
your
boom.
oatmeal. Well, I guess in Japan it would be ramen.
Yeah.
So you're eating ramen. We've been
Waffle
crazy.
House.
It's a giant flash, and then you're like, what's that?
I don't think you even have time to react. You just see a flash, and like, if you even saw the flash.
I'm pretty sure you saw the flash.
Yeah.
Like there were people flying the airplane. They said they were just going, and then just everything was white. Couldn't see anything from the flash.
The worst feeling I think is like you're hearing the siren. You know how it's.
Yeah, like it's coming, that shit's coming.
And then you just silent.
Yeah.
You see a flash.
Well, the one in Nagasaki was actually supposed to drop in Tokyo. Cloudy. So they didn't know where Tokyo was, so they want to miss.
You're
gonna drop it on Tokyo, and that's why they dropped on Nagasaki because Tokyo was cloudy that day. They were like, "We'll just drop it here."
No, dude, I remember what was called during I think it was spring. I was taking a history class, and they were showing us these videos about like just in case if they drop an atomic bomb in the U.S., this is what you do, and like they're doing all these practices and these routines.
You get on your
they
desk.
just like fall down and like go on the floor. But my teacher told me that eventually when she was doing that they said that you just had to run straight towards the flash because there's really gonna be nothing you could do about it.
There will be no. It would be like no.
Like,
what was it?
Once you see the flash, just like run towards it.
Accept that. You can be like Wolverine, man. Be in that manhole, protecting the Silver Samurai.
Yeah, that was funny though. When he told me that.
It was like you weren't expecting it.
And once you see a flash, just head towards it.
Yeah, but they told you to get on their desk or something.
I mean, not even. They just said like wherever you go, just like
hide.
If you were like standing right
put a
here,
newspaper on your head.
Head right there towards, like fall right there in the corner of the like walls or everything.
I read somewhere, it could be
like
bullshit,
parking cover.
that like if you're walking in a street, you had to lay on like the where like the sidewalk and the road meet, that like little angle, that curve. Yeah, you're supposed to like lay right there.
Yeah, pretty much in like every single kind of corner right there.
Like lay in a corner and you'll be fine. Just nuclear bomb. It's like nuclear bomb.
You'll be fine.
It'll just the
like,
corner protects it.
The thing is that it's like a perfect bomb. It's like if the bomb itself doesn't kill you, the radiation once you come out is gonna kill you. So
that shit doesn't go away.
Yeah,
that does not go away. That shit stays there for life. And like, even if you do survive, you're gonna pass it on to your kids. I mean, people now still have the radiation sickness, and that spreads like it just fucks everyone. But Japan has that thing right now. Like what, Fukushima, the nuclear reactor that blew up to
oh yeah, the tsunami.
Yeah, it's super bad right now. It's so bad right now there.
I would imagine
because they have oldest water that they can't get rid of, and like the area where it happened, the water is now leaking to the aquifers. You call them? Was it aquifers? The underground things, like where the water goes underground, like the pools, the aquifers. Whatever they're called, those things they're underground, and then that's going to the food and the farms, and the farmers are now getting the poisonous, like the radiation, and then they make the food, and they're giving it to all the people in Japan, and like a lot of people in Japan now have radiation sickness because of that, and then, like that water is also leaking into the ocean. And it's like I think it's like reaching California.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's how you get Godzilla.
Dude, there could be a lot of mutations going on through that.
Yeah.
We'll build an immunity one day.
I don't think you can, dude. I think
100 years, thousands.
I mean, give it like millions of years, you probably build an immunity.
It's normal.
If you're like a bacteria, you probably eat it. You probably be fine.
Right.
Yeah, we're just destroying this earth.
You're going through a mass extinction, all this bullshit.
The lion.
The lion?
That was killed by the
dude. You know what I saw recently? That people were comparing that lion to black people.
Oh. Why? Because Bob Marley and the Lion?
No, that's no. People were saying that people were comparing that lion to like what black people are going through here in the U.S.
I mean, I could see.
I was like, how? Like what? I was like, what?
You could see that.
How do you see that? Like,
I mean, because I don't. It depends who's saying it. Like, if it's a fellow black guy, I can.
It was a fellow
it.
black guy.
Okay, then.
A lot of fellow black men.
Feels like not trying to be racist or anything, but if it's a white guy comparing an animal to an African American, that would be considered.
Well, people were saying that the lion got more attention than black people were getting when they were being killed. You know, like the whole Sandra Bland thing, and you know, you got that guy from New York. What's his name? I forget his name. The guy who got choked in New York. Freddie Gray. Freddie Gray. That guy. Yeah, like people were saying that the lion was getting more attention than like what people were getting here. Like people care more about a lion than they do about, you know, like black people.
Yeah.
That's what people were saying. I can see that definitely, but I don't know about comparing a lion to a black person. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see it like that.
Well, I mean, it's basically because the lion is in a controlled environment at all times.
Yeah.
So it's basically like here in the United States, it's always controlled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same thing. They're caged but freed. It's like they're carrying their own cage.
Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of funky shit going on with black people, man. There's a lot of funky shit going on with them.
Especially recently.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I feel like they're also using that as a tool to like spread hate themselves. So I've seen that happen a lot. I've seen a lot happening on social media.
Like it's causing more violence.
Yeah, like
instead of bringing them together, is like
it's separating people.
Yeah.
It's separating people. Like you start seeing like all these little pockets of racism everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what the media wants. They want you to be like divided and not like unified, for whatever they want to do, whatever the agenda is. If you want to call it the agenda, get a conspiracy.
Or to distract
Get a
people so they can do their own thing.
Get a conspiracy theory on it. Where's Hector at?
He knows all the conspiracies.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There is some conspiracies though. Like, there's definitely some murky shit out there.
There is.
Cause I don't know if you have seen I saw it recently on Facebook.
What?
It was, I don't know his name. I just saw like glimpse. I was just glimpsing through and it was this guy was comparing blacks, poor whites, and the hierarchy of the supreme white.
There's some guy in like some
black and white
video. I was watching it, but I didn't get to finish watching it.
Yeah, I just glimpsed through. I was like skipping through.
Wait, what is it? What is it? Describe it.
It's some guy. He studied history, like and he was just comparing how.
Does he have an afro?
No.
Nah.
It's not Cornel West, is it?
No.
Dr. Cornel West.
No. And he was just talking about.
I'll put it up here on the computer ready. We'll just see it at. But talk about to the people who don't know. Talk about it, Luis.
Okay. Well, he was just basically comparing 3 stages. It's just like the rich, the poor white, and the black, and how it was making, how he sent everybody to the new world. Like all the poor, the ones that didn't want, all the rejects of white, basically.
Right.
And they send the blacks too. So they're like, look, you're gonna be here on a higher level. You're gonna be able to. I guess they're in the South. They were called. Jesus. I forgot the name.
Where'd you see it at? Where'd you see the video
It was
at?
on YouTube. I mean on Facebook.
Whose Facebook did you see it at?
I think it was Raimundo's, wasn't it?
Was it Raimundo?
I think so.
We'll look it up. Yeah, it was Raimundo.
I'm trying to find if I can see it on there.
Luis.
Oh wait. Let me see this. Okay, yeah.
Hold on. Sipa. Está bien.
It was Matthew Cook.
Matthew Cook. Yeah, Cookie.
Matthew Cook. It's
Is it on YouTube?
Go to Raimundo's page.
I have no idea. It's on Luis's friends.
Yeah.
Raimundo. Raimundo Martinez?
Yes, sir.
It should be the one that says filming cops how to raise bait.
Yeah.
Race baiting 101? Alright, let's watch this. This is 11 minutes long, Jesus Christ.
Race bait. First, let's talk about some of the stereotypes expressed in the 17th and 18th centuries. The vile and brutish parts of mankind. The marks of an alien race. Those were how the gentleman class described whites, poor whites to be exact, from Europe, many of whom were duped by a con game, promised an all-expense-paid trip to the New World in return for years of free labor. Then there were those sentenced to work for 5 to 7 years of forced labor. In the 1700s alone, over 50,000 documented white men and women were shipped to the colonies and auctioned off as labor for crimes from petty theft to trespassing or pickpocketing. A slave was considered unfortunate, not inferior. To become a slave in the ancient world was not based on skin color, but the result of being on the losing side in a war.
Yeah,
White indentured servants 400 years ago were seen as more or less the same as African slaves. They also made easy alliances, raging against greed, unfair taxes, oppressive land use regulations, and in the 1670s, one of those alliances nearly burned Jamestown to the ground. And the last to surrender were 100 men, 80 black and 20 white. And a law enforcement system was created to give whites slightly more privileges and force a separation in their contact with blacks. This 3-tiered caste system, blacks on the bottom and poor whites a notch above, now treated more favorably, made them feel as though one day they might improve their status if they just worked hard enough. And maybe some did, but most did not, especially as the life expectancy was only 35. As all rights and freedoms were taken away, this new racial caste system involved landowners who in the South would soon become known as the Masters. And if you're interested in reading more about this, there's a page-turning thriller, not exaggerating, called A People's History of the United States.
Download now!
As an audiobook to support this
Holy
series.
shit.
The creation of that three-tiered caste system is the moment the modern institution of racial slavery is born, which would brutalize, divide, and crush
Wait, who is this guy?
the spirits of black men, women, and children for the next 200 years, and give many poor whites the idea that though their lives might be miserable, at least they weren't black.
Yeah.
Like, what did you just like?
You shut the fuck up. You did it. You shut the fuck up.
Former slaves had a brief moment in the sun before they returned to a state akin to slavery or worse. The unprecedented economic might of the new United States, built on the backs of an enormous free slave labor force, would arguably be the single greatest factor contributing to what would soon become the world's largest modern superpower. And in gratitude, instead of helping freed slaves find homes, reunite with families, or help anyone, at the very least, heal from a 300-year-old trauma, they were largely neglected by the North, faced rampant disease, outbreaks of smallpox, cholera, many starved to death, and for the next 100 years, this thing called Jim Crow just took over for slavery. Enforced by government, courts, and law officers, forcing a continuation of an already well-established racial caste system on every aspect of American life.
No dogs.
Ministers said whites were the chosen people, blacks cursed to be servants,
Stone Mountain right
God
there.
supported racial segregation, craniologists, eugenicists, phrenologists, and social Darwinists at every educational level reinforced the belief that blacks were in every way inferior to whites. Massive social disadvantages.
Just a long, but that's
Yeah, I mean, he talks really well about history.
Why black people are superior. No, definitely. I never knew that. I always thought that was about skin color. I've always been taught that. Because I know in the Roman era, it was like if you were caught, like if you were the opposite enemy, you were a slave.
And you lost the war.
Yeah, I knew that.
Or the battle.
Fuck, where's that video?
Just to go off topic for a second, I was watching this video called like Questions. I'm not sure you guys seen it, but or it was like hashtag Questions, and he was doing it in Miami. Oh my God, there's some really dumb people out there.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
It was like, what was it?
Oh, when his like was
like one of them was like, what colors make up blue? A lot of answers were like
blue. Well,
blue is its own color.
It's a primary color. Yeah,
you can't mix it.
It's
and
blue, red,
saying green and yellow. One of them was like purple and red.
Is that black dude who tells people like this one? That same guy. He told some lady. He's like, what do the stars mean on the flag? No.
How many flags are there?
How many stars are there on the American flag? One of them was like 50 states minus 13 colonies. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Let's see, it's
47.
47.
Like 47. She said 47 too. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh my God.
And then like he asked a bunch of people, what's the capital of the United States? Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's capital, right? Is that what you call it? DC's the capital.
It was like DC?
Yeah, DC's the capital. Yeah, people were like, it's New York, right? And I'm like, oh my God. It's so stupid. But look at this guy. This guy's wearing FUBU shoes.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
You seen this already?
I haven't seen it.
Fuck.
It's like, you know what BUFU stands for, right?
For us, by us.
Yeah.
It's these shoes by black people.
And you know who made it, right? A fellow black person. Well, not a
one of your people, really. Look at this. This is at Stone Mountain.
I have the right in the Constitution. You got the right to voice your opinion.
All right, well, I'll voice my opinion. No need to get
And I have the right of mine.
Get the fuck out of here while you can. Let him go.
Sir,
White power.
This way, folks. One thing I'd like to mention.
Hey, rally
Keep
this
it
way.
positive. Keep it positive. The rally's this way. Pull up. Oh, that's all right.
Just unfuckable white people.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to bother you. I'm George Cheaty. Good to meet you. I just wanted to mention, and I didn't know if you were aware, the shoot. All right, I know you came here. It's the Ku Klux Klan and whatever.
I'm not here in the Klansman. I'm here to
It's a Klan hat.
For the flag rally.
Nobody sent me here. I was here. I am here. She's my old lady.
Understand that?
She's my old lady.
The only thing I wanted to mention is that the shoes that you're wearing.
Yeah, what's the matter with it?
Well, that brand.
What's the matter with the shoes I'm wearing?
It's
The red, the black, and white.
the brand FUBU. FUBU stands for.
What I wear.
It
He's got like
stands
4 teeth.
For us, by us,
I don't
and it
care
was
what it's by. I bought them.
it was a-
to buy 'em.
It was a black. There's a black fellow who
I don't
sort of
care.
created it as a
I don't
brand
care.
for African American
Well, I don't
pride,
care if
essentially.
African-American wearing them shoes that you probably wore was designed by a white man back in the 1920s.
What, man?
But does that make you stop wearing them shoes because a white man designed them? I don't care if a black man designed my shoes.
I find it interesting though that
He got it,
like
though.
because it's more than
I
just a
don't
design.
hate you. I tried to say that a while ago. I hate not you, but I hate what your people are doing to this country.
My people. Okay. No, you're right.
You're not
I
black.
think I'm done.
Are you not black?
Hey, it's not worth
Or
it.
not
Take care, sir.
90% of the murders
Some people
committed
will
in
be
this
assholes. Just let them go.
No, it's no. I wanted. It's that shoe thing.
It's that shoot thing, man. Like,
He's contradicting himself.
I don't hate black people, but yeah, it's
I
fucking,
like the shoe.
I do like the shoes, man. Shoes are.
But what's crazy is that he understood it. I thought he wasn't gonna get it.
That was like peppered racism. That was like peppered racism. That was like very like peppered. It wasn't like direct, but it was at the same time.
There we go. And it's a little sprinkle right there.
Yeah, a little spring like salted.
It's like add that flavor.
Yeah, man, but I don't know. These people are so. It's not. It's like a German flying a Nazi flag. That's what it is.
We're not racist.
It's heritage, dude. It's. But I think it just died out. Like I don't know, man. I think people are
It's just becoming a big issue just because the media brought it up.
exactly. It was always an issue.
I mean,
I won't say it was
wasn't-
always an issue,
It
but
wasn't a big issue.
but
like,
it was there. It was like the ulcer you have in your ass. It was just there. It was just it was just there.
It's like everybody knew what it represented, but nobody really like
Cared.
People were just kind of like,
well, it already happened. I guess it's just like
I mean, it didn't really take
History.
off until
I mean, don't
they
get me.
went through that dude's Facebook, the one that did the shooting.
Yeah, the white guy.
Yeah, because he was holding the flag, and then that's when they're saying, you know.
I mean, but he was like
Racist.
that was a hate crime.
Yeah. I mean, they took his photo though and said that he's holding that flag and
He's a
he was
racist.
being racist about it, and that's where it really just
Took
kicked
off.
off from there.
Yeah.
Then no, it's heritage, and then other people know it's racist just because that guy was holding.
Yeah,
the
but that
flag
guy
and
was
took a
holding. If it
picture.
wasn't for that, no one would have given a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You can fly whatever flag you can fly a Nazi flag. I mean, I'm gonna disagree with it, obviously, but it's your right to fly that. Go ahead, fly it. As is my right to fly a Mexican flag, a fucking American flag, a Chinese, whatever. Fly it, whatever. Fly it. Do you? But there's some people who like take it to like the next level. Like I've seen people get killed for that flag,
Yeah.
the Confederate flag. Like people get shot because they had the Confederate flag. I'm like, dude, like no, stop. Like
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
And then some people, it was there's some videos about people like running out to pull down the Confederate flag.
Oh, yeah.
They
driving
rip
out
it
with
and burn it. I'm like, don't do that.
That's just
Like,
you're just feeding the fire.
they had
right
they had the yeah, you're feeding the fire, and like they had the right to do it, but like don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
Like don't be an asshole.
We all have our rights, and I mean, it's not like we're aware of.
Yeah.
They're not doing other things that are like being harmful, more racist
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. I mean, if anything, before that, everybody was just kind of like, if we didn't have any business talking with certain race or certain person, we wouldn't like interact or anything like that.
Right. I mean, we just.
I
we
mean,
just
but
talk
now
to
it's
them.
just really just more racist, like more.
Now you just see that person like, oh, that fucking white dude, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. All white people are like that, and then you're getting the wrong idea there.
Yeah.
You're getting the really wrong idea, and the media fuels that.
that's like
That's what they're showing. Though.
that's what they sell. It's like that's how they make.
It's a TV show, man. That's all it is.
It really is.
It's a TV
like,
show, bro.
Drama.
Yeah, everyday things that you see that are shootings and everything. It harms the families and everything. But the media, all they see is like, oh, we're going to be number one now.
Yeah. Do you want to get another beer, man? For you and I. But what's gonna tell you?
Oh, my leg fell asleep.
Yeah, my leg's falling asleep too. What's gonna tell you? But hold the bottom part. There you go. No, like with the other hand. There you go. I'll just pick them up later.
It doesn't work because you do too much work.
No, but we're talking about again. The TV show, you know.
Flag media making money off of drama.
Yeah, what do you? I mean, like Luis just said. Like, what do you see? You see shootings. You see kidnappings. You see rapes. You see murders. Like, you don't see anything happy. I mean, occasionally, yeah.
I mean, sometimes
There's
it's
nothing
like,
else to report on.
yeah,
There's
there's
nothing else.
probably
Is
something
it
else that
doesn't
they're
get
trying to
views?
cover up.
If you see happy things, you don't get views.
Yeah, no one wants to see that shit. I mean, when like for example, like when a car crash happens, oh shit.
Everybody turns their face to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's more the south though. Because I've heard, like up in the north, that like when there's a crash or something like that, people don't care. They got things to do, so they just fly by it.
I got shit to do.
Yeah, it's like, I don't got time to stare. That's
Yeah,
why I haven't gone to the north yet. Check it out.
Like when I see accidents and people like, you can sit back and relax, man. I got a bad back,
So
so.
what I was gonna say is like,
Were you doing stuff last night?
He was jacking out. What were you saying though?
oh, it was like you see in the media, everybody wants to see tragic,
Yeah.
like graphic, violent things. But when you go to the movies, you always want to have a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not? It's like
Right.
that's what is expected from a movie, a happy ending, even though you
I
go
like
through all
movies
this
with
trauma.
I like movies with sad endings, and a great movie is A Dark Knight. That's a great because that's a sad ending. The villain wins, but continue. Sorry, throw that in there.
I mean, I think they're just
What
always
is it?
trying to
Did you
expect
forget you
something
say?
good.
No, I was gonna say something about the villain winning. I mean, he got his way, but at the end, it seems like Batman prevailed though, because he managed to capture him.
But he brought down Harvey Dent, and he scarred Batman's image.
He did, but that's what Batman wanted towards like from the very beginning. He's just like, I'm the hero that they need.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Listen, Louise, Joker won, right? God damn it! Like, God damn. No, but yeah, like you said, people want that happy ending, and those are movies. That's not real life. And in real life, the hero never wins. Who always wins? The fucking villain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Villains always win. That's the way the world works. Whether you like it or not, that's the way it is. Yeah, I mean,
even if the villain doesn't win, they always have somebody that takes up that role again.
exactly. It's just a great painting I saw once on the internet. It's some Polish artist, and he does like satire paintings, and it's this painting of this like the statue of a leader going like that, like pointing.
Yeah.
And there's like these people, like these tiny people with ropes, and they're pulling the statue, and like you see it like cut like that, like sagittal, like a sagittal cut, and you see like it's like a circle, and like the leader, like the people are pulling the statue, but the statue's going down, and behind it another statue's coming up.
Oh, okay.
It's like a constant circle
Yeah.
of these, leaders. I mean, leaders we're applying that to bad people. Like a constant bad person after another, like politicians. One falls and everyone comes up with promises, and then that one comes and another one comes up, just boom, boom, boom.
That's
This
more with like
this constant
president.
vicious cycle
Yeah.
of bullshit.
I mean, all they're really trying to do is keep the same pace. Like, they don't want to get any higher than they already are or any lower. They just want to keep the exact same thing going. It's like they don't go for change, really.
Well, it depends who they're working for too, or who is paying them. Who they have in their pockets.
Yeah.
Like if you become president, man, we'll pay for your campaign, and you get us this bill passed through, this pharmaceutical bill, blah blah blah. Get that passed through. We'll pay for your campaign. You'll be president. Yeah, that's how it works, man. Fucking money runs politics, dude. I mean, it's sad. I don't like it. It's sad. I don't agree with it. That's the way it is. It's depressing. Goddamn, 37 minutes. It's felt like an hour. It's felt like
That's what happens when you talk a lot.
Yeah, it does, man.
But that's good though.
It's good. That's good. But I don't know, man. That whole flag issue needs to die down. I think people are paying way too much attention to that, and instead of paying attention to like issues that not only affect like one group of people but affect like lots of groups of people, like climate change. Climate change is a big one, but I mean, I want like a part of me wants to rally.
No, I was watching the South Park episode last night though. They thought this what's his name? Stan and Carmen crash a boat into a dam.
Yeah.
A huge dam, and it floods Beavertown, which is a town that was built right under that dam. It gets flooded, and everybody in South Park thinks it's global warming.
Oh, I
and
see
they're
that.
running to like everywhere. Who knows what's happening and everything, but they're just running like away from nothing.
Yeah.
Because they think like global warming's chasing them.
Yeah.
They go into a gym.
They go to the gym. They bury their heads in the sand and shit.
The one guy, he falls and like it gets him. He's just like, they're just kind of there laying like, It's so tired.
I've seen that one. That's an old episode.
What was it?
It's a Man Bear Pig one. I think.
Stan's dad and like two other guys put on like a bunch of hot clothes to go to Beavertown to get Stan, Kyle, and Cartman because they went over there, and they're over there and like it's blazing hot and they're in the suit and everything, and they're like feeling warm is one of the last symptoms of hypothermia. I think I got it too, and then like they're over there getting like heat strokes, slowly dying over there.
It's fucking retarded.
It's so dumb though.
No, but like I want to like rally for that, but at the same time I feel like a hypocrite because after I rally, I'm gonna get in my car that runs on oil, and then
going to get your snacks with our aluminum.
And then go to my.
That's right, you have to get an electric car.
And then my boss is calling me.
I'm
just not gonna answer.
So. Hey, I was taking a shower.
It's like Ivan, I heard your podcast.
Right? Ivan, I can hear you right now.
No, but like I want. Then like I'll get in my car that runs on oil. Come home. The lights are coal powered. I feel like a hypocrite. If I rally for green energy.
Electrical.
Yeah, well, solar powered.
I think what's called Tesla's doing like some weird.
Tesla's the leading person for that.
Like they're doing some weird, like not weird, but innovative, like home built electrical system that powers your entire.
How's it run though? What's it run?
I haven't checked it out too much.
Runs on dead babies.
They're trying to work on it. I think they're trying to go for solar powered and everything.
Yeah.
And what was it about? Like, also saw about like that one kid who came up with like some cleaning system for the ocean.
Yeah,
they're trying to work on it for like next year.
It's this thing that cleans the ocean. It's a lot of shit in the
debris
ocean.
floating.
Yeah, there's a lot of bags and stuff in the ocean.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
There's a thing called Garbage Island that's like off the coast of California. Like this humongous thing of just garbage.
Just garbage upon garbage.
Terrible.
It's plastic.
Yeah, it's all these plastic.
It was supposed to be like revolutionary.
Yeah.
It was like a big thing when plastic came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, now it's like, how do we get rid of it?
Now it's a problem, like, fuck.
Sydney copy Futurama and shoot it into
the sun.
space, and then it comes back, and we shoot another one. Giant cycle.
Constant cycle, like. I've always said that. Support that. Just shoot it towards the sun. It'll take care of itself.
Or it help.
Yeah. It would cost millions upon millions.
Yeah, it'll cost more money.
But
like shoot it and to like recycle it.
I mean, recycle it, but like the trash we can't recycle.
Yeah, we can't recycle trash. We just feed to like prisoners or something.
Did you hear about what's called the prison reform thing?
No.
Oh, that's actually pretty.
Oh yeah,
good.
they're actually letting drug offenders, right?
What?
No level.
Yeah,
like
pot
no
dealers.
level or like parole and
There's a lot of pot dealers out there who are like, just yes.
No, because they were like, it was like. The video was like, he says like, if you're a low-level drug or you violated your parole, and, you do owe a debt to society, but you don't owe 20 years or life sentence.
Yeah, which is so fucking silly.
Because he talked. I didn't do the research myself, but he says that like for everybody we have like in jail right now, we could pay off like all tuition for all public colleges and universities.
You're jailing someone who fucking smoked a joint. That's all you're jailing someone who smoked a harmless drug. Harmless to an extent. People abuse it. Obviously, we know someone, but we're not gonna name any names on this podcast. we're not gonna name any names. Yeah, but but people abuse that, but to compare that drug to like pharmaceuticals, alcohol, which I'm drinking right now, dude. If I drink 2 of these, I can drive out there and get myself killed.
True.
Like
it impairs your everything. Really.
Yeah,
reaction time.
I mean, weed does the same thing too, but I mean, weed doesn't kill you. In fact, it's a medicine. It helps you tremendously.
I was actually reading a lot of things about.
Cannabis
oil
with
the cancer. The oils help you with cancer, skin cancer. It helps bone growth. We have broken bones.
Yeah.
They actually say to smoke marijuana so your bones can grow faster and stronger. What the fuck?
It helps even your vision, which is like rare.
What?
Your vision.
What about your vision?
Like it helps a lot. Like it has a lot of.
Well, you notice a lot of. I'm a strong weed user. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I mean, but like.
Came out with it.
No, yeah, like
I didn't say.
You made it.
No,
I
right?
know who we were talking about a few seconds ago.
No, like I post. I'm not. I don't hide about that. I'm open about my life like that.
Yeah.
But when you do smoke weed, you do notice little things. You see like the details and stuff. Maybe that's just me being high. Or just
No, but it really does. It's like opens up your imagination. Like you see things that you wouldn't see normally.
Yeah.
It's like
I love reading and love writing essays when I'm high. I just branch out everywhere.
yeah, you would. I think you would have like something vivid right on your words.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just see a story instead of just reading it monotone.
Yeah, like school papers. Yeah, that's how I just smoke and I just write them. I got an A's on them. It's doing something.
I just wait till like the last minute because if I try to prep for it and then I'll pass, but it's just.
I have to write.
The only thing
those.
that goes against me is the grammar. Like,
grammar?
I'm just like trying to hurry through it.
All these typos and shit. All these.
There's more like punctuation and everything. Besides that, like, I'd be getting pretty decent grades, like B's, high B's, every now and then a low A. I mean, I don't like trying to like take it step by step because I think I'll mess up. I'll overthink it.
It's how people work. Everybody works differently. There's like some people really like they prep, everything's easy.
I have to plan ahead, man. I have to. Like, I can't just go in there.
Dude, we had I think it was like it was a mutual friend of you and I. We had like a 5-page essay due. The two smartest students, like the class completely, like one of them was like, you know, they went for like they tried applying for Harvard and everything, like they're like up there. And
shit, alright.
like one of them,
what do I do with my life?
one of them barely failed. The other one got like barely passed with a C. We were like, dang. If they barely passed, what's gonna happen to us?
You guys are functional.
Me and my friend, and we had another one, but he did like it was a whole conspiracy essay, 5-page.
Wait, what?
Yeah, about conspiracy.
Dude, I would get so stoned and write a conspiracy essay.
Or like just like current ones or the ones that have been brought up. You know.
What'd you write about? I'm interested in.
The what was it? UFO crash.
Roswell. It was a bunch of illegal immigrants.
There was me and our mutual friend. We did it.
You can't say his name on this podcast.
Yeah,
this is public radio. You get sued.
But me and him did it. Grammar killed me because I just forgot to do like some small things. But I got 89. He got 91. So we passed it. We're like, huh? And we waited till like the last minute too. The night before, that's when we worked on it. We were just kind of like
got an 81 on it, and we got 89 C's. 89.
I got 89 on it. He got 91.
What the fuck?
We did the same topic as well because we just
Roswell crash.
Figure out, yeah. And our other friend, he did the Holy Bible.
The Bible's conspiracy.
Yeah, that's a lot actually.
There's a lot of bullshit in there.
But the Quorum too, I don't know if
there's a lot of books in the Bible that weren't included in the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, they find scriptures that are like they have characters from the Bible. They're like the Dead Sea Scrolls, perfect, or the Book of Enoch. It's Noah's father.
Yeah.
Dead Sea Scrolls, I think, are about Mary. I think about Mary. There's a book that came out recently that said Jesus had like a wife.
Yeah, they said a lot of. There's a lineage supposedly. There's like there's still a lineage through here.
I'm sure you can trace that back, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think with the whole Bible thing, with there being so much, like he didn't do so well. I think he got like a 79, but he was letting us do like a retake on it and everything, and like the ones who wanted to improve their grades, and he took it. But I was just kind of there, and then like I think the following day or day after, I'm like, I didn't do this paper till like the last minute. Like literally, I didn't sleep last night because I was working on it. Like I was all night.
You fucking animal.
I told him, he was like, really? That's interesting.
Really?
But you already gave me the grade, so I'm good with that.
Yeah. What's something that you believe a conspiracy theory do you think is true?
One more question. He was like, I remember leaving the class. I overheard him talking about some kid who plagiarized. Like Wikipedia copied and pasted and turned it in.
Oh shit, it's in Foxville.
But how would you know? It's like
they have
there's a system. It's a system. You enter the paper and it gives you a percentage.
They allow certain like small percentage or a certain amount of words to be like.
If it's like 5%, if it's like 5%, they don't give because it's like and or like shit like that.
Yeah, like anybody could put like any like 2-3 like words all together like coincidentally. I mean, if it just carries on for too much,
if it's like a paragraph, it's like
why didn't you like cite it? I mean, like you just copied like I think the entire page because you didn't want to do it. I was like, oh my god.
How long was it? 5?
It was 5 pages.
Double spaced or single spaced?
I think double.
Dude, I can write you a 5-page double spaced conspiracy paper in an hour.
I mean, for me,
give me any topic, I'll go on a tangent.
I just didn't know anything about it, and then I was reading a book, and I got like less than halfway done. I'll just do this.
You've had some cool classes. I remember you had a class that the class was about monsters.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
cool.
But that
class.
one was with high school.
Monsters, like monsters. Like,
yeah, it was.
Like real
That was back in
monsters?
high school.
no, like the idea of monsters.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like
actual,
Hydra,
what's scary to us, kind of thing.
Oh,
that,
more
that,
fear.
that sounds badass.
That does.
That was a cool teacher. I liked it.
What monsters did you study about? Like, I'm assuming like.
Medusa has
Well,
to
actually,
be one of them.
Yeah,
we were
Medusa,
more. It wasn't just like monsters in general. Just more like the idea of like fear. Like, where did like monsters come from? Like, we take the image of what was it, like the first Frankenstein to like the most current Frankenstein to see how they changed and like.
The first one was a devil. He was more of a devil. Because I read the Frankenstein, the original
Yeah.
one.
But we're like talking about the movies because like she said like.
Oh, the movies, the character
Yeah,
changes.
like in like our like what we see as scary, and like at first it was like with the first Frankenstein movie that came out, it was like they had
It was just
what was it,
really
like
tall.
ambulance, they had like an ambulance like outside the theaters because people got so scared and they had to like take
Yeah,
them to the
Oh, yeah, I
people
remember
passed
those.
down The Exorcist, dude.
yeah,
The
like, that kind of scary. And
Can you
then like
imagine
to
you
the
show
ones,
that movie like in 1920? Dude, people would shit their pants. People would
and
shit.
then, like
People would
now, like what's a scary movie now? It's just.
People are hard to scare
It's
now.
predictable.
Yeah.
That's why.
People
It's
are-
like you've
people
seen so
know.
many
Yeah,
scary
but it's
movies.
more like we're trying to find like what's the limits to like I guess inhumane because apparently there's some episode about like or some I forgot what TV show it was, but she was talking about like she saw an episode and what this guy did, it was like a serial killer. He like paralyzed the victim and everything and broke the bones and folded up the body and stuffed it into a file cabinet and like closed it in.
The
Like,
fuck
they
was
said,
she
like,
watching?
they
What the
went-
fuck?
they went
That's
to
like
the- I
Hannibal
think
Lecter.
I don't know what it was, but I think she went to like the chemistry or bio teacher, most likely bio, and said like, "Is this like possible to do?" And
You can
they
do
said,
it.
like, yeah, it's possible
You
to
can-
actually fold up the body that much and
You can
Stuff it in there.
fit someone in there if you knew what the fuck you were doing.
yeah, because it was like broke the limbs and,
You
or
would
the
need-
joints and
You would have to
everything.
be like a chiropractor. I was
You would
pretty
have to
much
know a
study
lot
the
about the
body.
human body. Like you have to be like a surgeon to be like.
Because I
This
mean,
guy
they're
has
like pushing like those limits to see like what exactly is more like, I guess disgusting and scary at the same time.
Well,
to be,
I-
like we're
I-
like
I
trying to
could-
work more towards like serial killers now.
right. I think
There we go.
my boss again.
Yeah, he saw your podcast, man.
Yeah,
He's like, I can hear you right now.
It's like I know you're there, Ivan.
Yeah.
Just answer the phone, right?
Motherfucker. Hold on. Was today Friday or Thursday?
Today's
Today's Thursday.
Okay, I'm gonna work today.
He probably wants to go in.
Right?
Probably
Yeah.
somebody got injured.
I'll
Yeah,
take-
Somebody probably got fit into a file cabinet.
Yeah. No, but I was gonna tell you, what the fuck were Jesus fucking Christ? This is why I like having my phone out here.
I was talking about serial killers, monsters.
Yeah, I think
What we find
I think
scary and how it's
psychological
changed.
horror is scarier.
Yeah, you
But
gotta
I mean,
have the feeling of it.
Yeah, but
It's like,
more.
It's all in your head, and
Yeah.
in seeing that
Especially,
you make the
like,
make a
I
monster.
mean, that's like
I would say
We
if you
also
lived
talked-
through something, like you
Yeah.
saw something like that, and you saw it on a movie, I believe it would give you a flashback. You'd be
yeah. But I
But
think
it's also
something-
more like
yeah.
with what the media exposes to us. Because
Yeah,
you know how we were talking
gotta
about like it's
tolerate
all
it to it
scary
already.
and everything. It's just like, oh my gosh, it is actually happening in real life.
Right.
So
right.
when we see the movies, like, you know, we'll probably remember that, but it's not as scary as if we never saw it on media first and saw it in movies, it'll probably be more scarier. I mean, when we see that it's possible to actually happen, that's when we're like, well, and we kind of get
Mhm.
like adjusted to it and
Right.
everything.
I think with people, with people in scary movies, I think people have been too overexposed with serial killers.
Yeah.
It's something now that's part of daily life. So like when you see things on TV such as, you know, man beats wife, cuts her and eats her, shit like that. It's like it's to the point that it's like it's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
But when you see a movie that's supernatural, I think when it's more psychological, it's more in your head. It's something that only you, the viewer, understands what's
Actually
going
gets
on.
it.
And so in seeing that, you make the movie in your head. It's like it's a perfect example of that.
Sinister.
Is I was thinking more of Alien.
Yeah, I was gonna say Interstellar.
Interstellar.
That's like, cause it blows your mind. You gotta think about it.
What's going on? Oh, you haven't seen
Yeah.
Interstellar, dude? We can watch it after this podcast if you
Yeah,
want.
it's,
How long is it though?
It's
It's
like
like
3
2
hours. No, it's like 3 hours.
Is
I
it
gotta
like
work
3
at
hours?
2.
You gotta work out too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm free tomorrow, Saturday.
We can watch like
But I'm-
2 hours
I'm
of it.
busy Saturday. I gotta eat.
You gotta eat. Oh, you bastard! You
I
bastard!
got some coupons. I think.
Yeah.
I think they say, you know, you can you can still use expired coupons over at racetrack.
But
So
what I
saying-
was gonna tell you, but like with Alien, like
Yeah.
in that movie, I love Aliens, one of my favorite movies. Like, you see the monster. The monster only appears for like I think it's like 20 seconds in the
Yeah.
entire movie, like 20 seconds. But the movie's like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
So you barely see the monster, and you see the fear that the characters are going through. So in your head, you're making all that up. You're like you create the monster in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel what
that's
you
what-
feel what they're feeling, and like.
Because
And
you
then
don't know what's going on. 'cause
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
So you're like, what the fuck?
Cause
And
you
that
see-
and that's scarier is
Is that
is
the one
not
where
showing-
they have the little alien pop out?
the chest burster. Yeah.
Supposedly, I saw an article about it that they didn't tell the other cast members that was gonna happen.
Yeah, they know their cast members gonna
So
happen.
they could get like a real reaction
Yeah.
when it pops out.
Yeah, really, Scott's an amazing director, man. But I was gonna tell you, so like you don't
You make
show
it
you
up,
don't
you
show
get
the
scared.
monster.
Yeah.
You give
You give it that
you
third
give
person
him
view.
glimpse.
Yeah.
You give him glimpse. You tease the audience almost like.
But they don't know what's going on, so you're just like keep thinking what's gonna happen. Like you keep getting your own storyline.
Yeah.
It's like, and it keeps switching it up. So you're like, oh, I didn't expect that, and they switched it again.
Yeah, exactly. So, but was the killer? You know what's gonna happen. Oh, he's right there. He's chasing you. Like you
Yeah.
know what
You're
to
gonna
expect.
Yeah.
on that leaf.
Yeah,
That's why I like movies that like
they're fucking. They're
usually
gonna die.
never show-
Anyone who has sex in a horror movie is gonna die.
when they never show like the monster or the killer, that's what kind of scary movies.
That's
I
the
like.
scariest part is when they don't show the monster.
Yeah.
You're like.
That's why with Sinister, I mean, you get like certain glimpses.
Never seen that movie.
Yeah, like you get certain glimpses, but you don't really see them like it's like short videos that like during the movie he finds these old films and he watches them and he sees like really small glimpses of this guy. And then towards the end you see him like probably once like actually like moving a bit, but that's probably gonna be the worst because he uses kids, like he kidnaps the kid's soul and then uses their body as a vessel to kill the family, and then just takes them to like the netherworld or
Talking
whatever.
about that, I don't know if you heard about the Florida.
Wait, what?
There in Florida, there was 3 homicides
Yeah.
that happened, and supposedly the sheriff went up and spoke saying that it was a witchcraft. That
Wait, what?
it was a family.
What is this? Is this recent?
Yeah, in Florida.
What's it
just
called?
Happened.
Where you know where it's at?
I don't know. I guess you would just have to Google it. It's like
Florida-
Florida killing
Florida,
witchcraft. Just put
Florida
Family witchcraft.
killing
Witchcraft.
fuck, I can't type.
But like with the movie, it's like
Oh, here it is on CNN. Ooh, shit, that's nice. Hold on, let me read this really quick to the people who are.
Alright. But let me while that loads with Sinister, it's like it all started with one family. I want to see like how it started, like an origin kind of movie. Because like they're coming out with the second one. They show more of the demon. He's like a demon.
Right.
And
And he's like, yeah.
like,
He's like,
but they show him more, and that's why I don't like through the commercials I've seen, like it looks like you're gonna see him more and everything, but I don't like that.
yeah,
But
but
with the family, it's like it started with one family, and then the family moves to one house and moves back because one of the family members was like, seeing all these crazy things from that demon.
spoiler
When they
alert.
move back, yeah. When they move back, I think it's that's when they die. And then another family moves to the second house that they moved to.
Mhm.
They start seeing things again and move back to their house. They die, and it kind of repeats that cycle.
Right.
When the current with Sinister 1, I think it's like the fifth. That's the fifth family or the sixth family that they that we pretty much experience. Because there's I think like 5 films or 4, and you just see like little glimpses of what the what's called there's always one kid missing. That's the one who ends up killing the family. And that's not how it goes. The only thing like right after the movie was done was like if it follows that process, I want to see the first one to see how they summoned him or how he came out and everything.
Or how he died and
Yeah, pretty much like
able to possess people.
pretty much. I mean, because it's just like some ancient.
Like, would you know
demon.
about his story, or would you know about after like he would die and try to
I mean,
possess
both.
people?
Both would be good. I think it'd be a good movie just to see like how it happened.
Well, here's the story.
Alright, turn it up.
The violent deaths of an elderly woman and her 2 adult sons inside this Escambia County, Florida home may be tied to witchcraft.
The method of the murder, blunt force trauma, slit throats, positions of bodies, and then
Dude's scary.
person of interest
I mean, it's just like how you were talking about the media.
Mm-hmm.
I always show it and everything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like
Like showing that it's
sinister.
actual
The
Yeah, it's
victims
possible it
identified
actually
as
happened.
77-year-old Von Seal Smith, 47-year-old John William Smith, and 49-year-old Richard Thomas Smith. All three of them were killed with a claw hammer. All three had their throats slit.
Jesus.
Richard Thomas also had a gunshot wound to the head.
The crime scene was very complex and took several days to work.
Investigators have been talking to neighbors who say the family was very reclusive. Richard Thomas Smith worked for the Department of Homeland Security. His position is not believed to be the reason why the family was targeted.
But there was a sizable amount of cash found in the house inside a safe that was not taken.
it wasn't taken.
So we believe that we can safely rule out robbery as the primary motive.
So authorities are turning their attention to the possibility that what happened inside this house was part of a ritualistic killing. And it's not the first time we've heard of a case like this. Last year in Houston, a 15-year-old girl was kidnapped and murdered. Her killers reportedly committed the crime during a satanic ritual.
It was during the full moon. That's
Authorities
when
in
it happened.
Florida, meanwhile,
The
aren't offering
blue moon.
specifics on the type of beliefs or religion that could be behind the triple homicide. But experts say ritualistic killings have very specific characteristics.
Each person has to be killed in a particular way, you know.
That guy knows voodoo.
Certain kind of injury has to be inflicted on each person. The bodies have to be put together in a particular way. That's the nature of ritual. If you deviate from that formula, the ritual ceases to be effective.
Authorities believe the victims were killed sometime last week on Tuesday. Their bodies weren't found until Friday. The timing, they say, coincides with last week's blue moon, but authorities have not said how. Alina Machado, CNN, Miami.
That's fucking creepy, man.
It
Fucking
is.
ritualistic killings
Under the blue moon.
under the
Dude.
blue moon.
Off topic,
Yeah.
I saw like a brown moon the other day. It looked like a cookie.
The claw hammer? I don't know what what is a claw hammer?
I'm guessing it's like hooked.
There's no signs of forced entry.
That was somebody they knew.
That's only new. There were difficult factions. Blah blah blah.
If it was,
There's no robbery in the home, as the cops said.
one of them was shot, so one of them probably used.
They have a person of interest. Ooh, so they know who might be.
Either that, or they said that one had a shotgun. I mean,
A shot to the
Shot
head.
to the
shot to the head.
So they shot one because they probably thought
They
he
shot.
was bluffing or something. Then
They shot. Yeah,
they
they
had
shot
to
one of them.
cooperate with him
Or
or her.
maybe suicide. That he killed himself afterwards.
That could have been suicide. Yeah, because he had a shot to the head. But if he had a
So
shot to
where's
the
the
head, they would
gun?
find a weapon.
Yeah.
But it,
Yeah.
but I mean, but they would. Cops don't release all the information to the media.
Yeah.
They keep some of the information to themselves so they can work with it, so it doesn't harm the case.
Yeah. But you also got to see how they react and how they speak when they speak of it.
Yeah, but going back to your thing, how like monsters come from, but you see most monsters like Medusa and Hydra, like the one that
more
Hercules
like
fought.
mythical kind of
It's
thing.
more like you see snakes involved with that.
Yeah.
And it's a fear of humankind's fear of snakes, big cats, and birds. That's where I heard most monsters come from. Like dragons, they're a combination of birds, snakes, and like I guess you can say a cat, but not really. But mostly birds and
Or
snakes.
the eyes, maybe.
Yeah, the eyes, yeah.
The claws.
And people always attribute that to like man's ancient fears. You know, when we were our ancestors, you know, we were scared of those things. You know, those things ate us. Fucking birds
Yeah.
flew and fucking ate us. Saber-toothed cats came and
But I
fucked
mean,
us
you
up.
can trace the snake through anywhere, like the Mayans, the pyramids.
Yeah, and snakes are important in every culture. I mean, look at the Bible, one of the most famous books. I mean,
Yeah.
the snake came and tempted Eve. I mean, it's interesting. I'll like to take that class to see, like, I guess the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah.
See where it originates from. Is it,
Yeah, I mean, I guess the earliest book I can think of that has a snake is the Book of Gilgamesh. That's a great book. You read that?
I have not.
It's like
Oh, and then
it's 8,000 years old. The Bible comes from that.
yeah.
They have a flooding. One of the books in there's a flooding, and like this guy builds an ark and he puts all the animals in there. It's the Book of Noah. But that book came out like 8,000 years before the Bible. But in that book, a snake bites the main character. I forget his name. Gilgamesh. Let's get the fuck up. Gilgamesh. He bites Gilgamesh because he wants to live forever, and he bites him, and he loses his power to live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a great book. Read it. It's like it's a very short read.
Like what we also did in that class was like the classification of the title Monster.
Yeah.
Cause
It's a good movie.
what was it? Well, one of the Frankenstein movies. You know, the guy creates the monster.
But say
You
the
know.
monster's not Frankenstein.
Yeah.
The monster's not
For those people listening, you know, now you know.
Yeah,
The monster's not Frankenstein.
it's the monster. It's
Frankenstein's monster. But he creates the monster. He gets afraid of it, like goes, runs away, and then the monster escapes. And you know, like we end up learning that the only reason why the monster acted the way it did, like really harsh,
rejected.
aggressive, the rejection, and like, you know, it had no one to love. You know, its creator Frankenstein didn't like show any love towards it. He
Yeah.
showed fear, and that's how it ran away. But then we went to who one of the serial killers of Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, the serial killer.
Yeah, we were talking about him. He looks like just like a normal person. We're not talking about like
Yeah, he's a normal
appearance
white
wise.
dude. He picked up
Cause
college
we do
girls
like
Volkswagen.
Cause we were talking about like appearance as well, like, you know, like somebody who's like really like
Oh, because it was he had
abnormal
good
looking.
He was good looking. He had a
Yeah.
nice
He didn't
Volkswagen.
But then you know, like his personality, his actions, and everything he did, you know, it's like, is he classified as a monster compared to that movie Frankenstein's Monster? Is the monster actually a monster, or is it just somebody who's rejected, didn't know really how to? It was pretty much like
But he
an
doesn't.
adult
He
baby.
doesn't fit in because he's a monster.
Yeah, because he's
But Ted
abnormal,
Bundy
so
fits in, but he's a
human.
monster too.
He looks like a human, but he's a monster. But then the monster wants to fit in, but he looks, you know, a monster. But
Who would you
he's
consider the
slightly
bigger
more
monster though?
I mean, if depending,
Because
if
Frankenstein.
you could teach
Just from
the monster
appearance,
more.
you would just automatically assume Frankenstein's monster.
Because he looks monstrous. He's all like different parts.
So that's what we were talking about. You know, like that's why like fear is also like hard to like, I guess, make somebody like experience nowadays, mainly because of.
You know
I
what?
guess you're trying to get more like a humanistic but
Mhm.
inhumane actions done.
I would be more scared of a person that's calm than a person that's loud
Yeah.
and barbaric. Like if I'm like,
But like
in the back of a Volkswagen,
yeah, but like during what circumstances, like what situation?
like I'm tied up and everything, and I hear somebody screaming, I would just be like, okay. But if I hear a voice,
Well, someone
a calm
mad and
voice,
everything.
yeah, I would kind of like expect it, you know. I'd be like, okay.
But if it's a calm person,
It's a calm
Yeah,
person.
just
I
like
would just
like you can't
I
read
would
their
have
minds kind of
chills.
thing.
that's the bigger creep because
Yeah.
he loves that. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's like just talking to you
keeps
like this.
struggling.
yeah, like
So keep
soothe
struggling,
voice.
dude. Yeah.
It's like, don't worry, we're about to get there.
Like,
So
oh my
being
God.
kidnapped, pretty much being kidnapped.
He's gonna gouge my eyes
You
out.
have
He's
the
like,
calm guy and then the aggressive guy.
Dude,
You're
I've almost
more
gotten-
scared of the
I
calm
almost
guy.
got kidnapped before, like twice. That shit's scary. Like legit, almost kidnapped. Happened to me in California, man.
Yeah.
Like this one time, I remember I told my brother this last year. No, a couple months ago. We're drinking in the living room. We were playing Xbox, and I'm like, dude, do you remember getting kidnapped once? Because I always thought it was I always thought it was a dream, or but I still remember it. And he was like, and I told him what happened. And he's like, oh, that happened. And like I remember in California, we were like in a park. It was me and my bro. It was like way back in the day. And like this, I remember this white van pulled. You know those long raper FBI vans. One of those pulled up, and like I remember the guy said, "I lost my puppy. Do you want me to help me find it?"
Typical. That's like
No, this dude. I remember it so vividly. I always thought it was a dream until like months ago. Literally months ago. I told my brother. I'm like, that. I'm like, did that happen? He's like, oh, that happened, dude. I'm like,
trying to come.
and I'm like, what?
Wait, you're playing with me.
He's like, no, that happened, dude. I know what you're talking about. I remember this guy was like, I lost my puppy. You want to help me find it? This white dude with a mustache, and like long hair. And then I remember like we were like, oh yeah, we'll help you find it. And like I think my mom came. I know someone came and like saved us. I want to say it's my mom, but I don't know who it was. Someone was like no, don't go over there, go over there. And I was like, that's all I remember. Now I remember another time. It was here in Cedra, my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at his house. This was like when we were in 7th, 6th grade, and we're outside playing with toys, and in his front yard. You know where that Mundy Mill is? That place.
Yeah.
Those new apartments. You know, going towards Hector's workplace. There's that Ashley haircut salon. That road. It was that. We used to live on that road. And we're playing with toys in this big, those big Mexican trucks with the curtains inside of them. You know what I'm talking about? Those big old vans. Yeah. One of those pulled up, and like the people were like pointing at us, like this lady and this guy, they're like getting off the van. We ran so fast inside that house. I was like, holy shit. And they just stopped right there and they just saw us playing. And they came back again.
Yeah.
It was so scary, man. Like I've actually had that almost happen to me twice.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but the California thing, I always thought it was a dream.
Yeah.
Or like just something I made up in my mind. Because you make shit
Yes.
up.
There's like
Trying to cope with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like your mind, like when something
Traumatic,
tragic,
If
yeah.
it's too much, your mind tries
Like
to cope
trauma.
with it. Does any excuse until
to write it, and then like once you start remembering, it's like
once
you want to remember, but you're just like
You can't convince yourself
Yeah.
it's real. It's like, no,
you
that
get
was
like
a dream.
It's like
Yeah.
an anxiety attack. You're just like, what was that?
Like, what happened? Like, what the...
happened?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I always thought it was a dream or something until like it was confirmed very recently.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
okay, well, that actually happened.
I think I was told once that my mom was almost kidnapped. Like it
It's
was
scary, man.
picked up already. Like,
It's scary how easy it happens too.
Yeah.
Because it was got the only like the way it was happening like it was at a supermarket where my grandma works and everything, and the guy actually picked up my mom and he was walking. The only reason she would say it was because the way that he was going through, I think it was like there's like this bar or restaurant at the top of the supermarket that you could go through.
Right.
And I think he was going through there that they had told me, or I guess my grandma's friend saw him walking towards over there carrying my mom, and that's when he went and chased after him.
No, it happens in Mexico a lot.
Yeah.
And
Well, is it Mexico or Colombia is the kidnapping capital of the world?
I want to say Mexico.
City, like city.
Yeah, Mexico City.
Like city. I'm next. Yeah.
It happens more frequently than anything.
I heard it happens like once every 10 minutes.
Because
I heard it happens very frequently.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Mexico, they threatened to kidnap us and another guy that was with me.
Wait, what? When did this happen?
Well, it was like 4 years ago. We're in Guerrero. You know, Guerrero's
Jesus
like
Christ.
Guerrero and Michoacán are like
Yeah.
the worst ones. Well, I don't know about
Now, it's calmed down more now.
But back then, it was like
The high of the
it
drug
was
war.
Yeah, it was the high point, and they had threatened to kidnap us because we had just came from the United States, and you know.
You got
they
money,
heard,
clearly.
Yeah, they heard about it, and
Jesus
like
Christ.
the whole family took us to like this ranch. It's just like it had like a
I
little,
would be like, I don't want to go anywhere.
it had like a little hut, like it was just like a little house with like a little bathroom. That was it, and it was like all you would see was cornfields all around us, and they were like,
oh my God.
they're like you're gonna stay here until we can see if it's true or not that they're threatening to kidnap you or like that. And so we were just there. Like we stayed there for like 3 days. It was crazy. We were like, if you get kidnapped over there, you're dead. It's like
get your organs removed.
Yeah.
Get
everything. So we're like basically shitting bricks. Me and my friend were just there staring at each other. We weren't talking. We were just staring
like,
at each other.
this is gonna happen, dude. This is gonna happen, dude.
Is this real? Is this really happening?
Yeah, because like
right
we didn't know, because like he hadn't seen his family in like 20 years. So I mean, so he didn't know who was like his real family. So he was just like he didn't want to tell me anything, so I wouldn't be nervous or anything. So but I was like, how long? I didn't want to ask, but I was like, I knew he hadn't been back to Mexico forever. So I was just like, oh man, I just hope like we didn't go with the wrong family.
Oh my
Who
God.
do you trust right now?
Yeah.
It's like it's a perfect scary movie. Like you can't trust anyone but
Can't
yourself.
trust your family.
Who do we
I mean, that's why I kind of don't want to go to Mexico. At the same time, I do want to like.
It's
go visit.
It's a lot calmer now. Than
I mean, it
was.
depends where,
right?
Yeah, which state you go to. I mean, Guerrero has like beautiful beaches. It's beautiful. I mean, over there, all I saw was green.
Yeah.
But it was like where they took us was remote, so like you could know where like anybody was coming or.
You saw green all the time.
Yeah, so it's like it was a secure place. Like I found out that later on, it was really secure.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like it was private property. It was like in the middle of nowhere. Like you could see anybody that was coming. They had like outhouses on the outskirts.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, we were really protected. But during that time, you know, when it was going,
like,
they didn't tell us anything.
yeah.
They didn't inform us. They were just like, hey, you gotta come with us. We're gonna take you here, and that was it. You know what I mean, I didn't tell my mom. Do you think I'm gonna tell my mom?
Jesus
like,
Christ!
Yeah,
Oh my God!
The one
That's
time
fucking-
she like
Lets you
goes
go.
and
Lets
listens
you
to
go.
this. She's like, wait, what?
You almost get fucking kidnapped and shit. That's fucking terrifying,
Yeah,
man.
it's terrifying, dude.
That's
And,
some
like,
real
especially
shit.
in
That's
Mexico.
real life.
Especially in Mexico.
And then you see it like, while I was there, I was like, I would see people with proof vest ons with AK-47s, masks on all the time. Like you would see them just like
I
normal
think,
people.
Yeah, right.
So it's like after a while you got used to it. Like you didn't think about it. Well, there was also an incident that happened in Fresnillo, Zacatecas, where they had chopped off heads while it was. Yeah, but it was like.
I've seen a lot of videos of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have to.
There's the one with the Chapo going on.
There's endless videos.
Yeah, there's way too many.
Yeah.
It was because Zacatecas is basically setas.
Zacatecas has a lot of setas.
For all you know, is the cartel de Sinaloa, del Golfo, and the Jalisco. The Nueva Generación and the set.
Yeah, New Generation. I've heard the Knights Templar 2 cartel.
Yeah.
Some crazy fucking cartels.
That's from Michoacán.
Yeah, but it's calmed more down from what I understand.
Yeah. It's calmed down violently. Violent wise, it's calmed down. But drug wise,
it's still there. It's still there.
It's the same thing. It's just like there's just more groups now, and they're all like kind of working together. Except like 2 that are just like, no, I want all the power.
Right.
So I mean, other than that is.
I think people in the United States, well, not just the United States, but I think in other developed countries such as, Europe or parts of Japan. I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. But developed countries, what we would consider a first world country.
Mm-hmm.
I think people don't know how savage people can be once they leave that country. Mm-hmm. Like Mexico, the whole story you just told Mexico. I mean, get anyone from Los Angeles, New York. That's all they know is like. This city, like texting, happy Starbucks, and you take them and you just throw them in the middle of like fucking like the Congo, or like Sudan.
They can't go to those visitors.
Or like Russia, like in Moscow, and on top of that, they're not that same race. Like you get a black person and you put him in Russia and Moscow, dude, they're fucking dead. Yeah. Or gay, and if he's gay, he's fucking hanged that day. You get anyone, you put them in these countries like Colombia, most of them, all of Latin America. Let's be honest, it's very violent down there.
Brazil, Africa didn't know Brazil.
Brazil. I mean, you see Rio de Janeiro. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You see Rio de Janeiro, and I mean, all you see. What do you see when you see Rio? What do you picture? First comes to mind, beach.
Yeah,
the
tourist attractions kind of thing.
You don't see the shanty towns.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't go to the tourist attraction. You gotta put them in the real.
You see the pictures of the town, but if the camera just turned like this way, you see you see real life. You see real life. Yeah.
With the whole World Cup thing.
Yeah.
Like there was like a really like, what was it?
The kid walking. You see the stadium.
In the middle. What was the middle of the night? Right.
It's a shanty town. Just kids.
Like terrible.
Yeah, you see this. You know what a shanty town is, right? Yeah. You see this kid walking,
it's just huts.
And then you see like a stadium in the back.
Yeah.
And there's more pictures of that. Like you see like luxury, and then you see like absolute poverty.
Like that. There's like no line.
There's no dividing. Either you're rich or you're poor.
Yeah.
There's not the dividing. It's just like
there's no middle.
Here's a condo that's worth millions, and here's a family who's like eating like rats to like stay alive.
Yeah. There's no middle class at all. Nothing.
Yeah, right.
Nothing similar. Yeah, there's like you're rich or you're poor. That's it.
And people don't see that. Like I think people need to be exposed to that. I think here in the United States, I mean, the closest thing that comes to mind is like Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit is like that's like that's
the only reason
anarchy. That's like anarchy.
But the only reason that Detroit's like that is because of the United States.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
they had all those factories.
And
for
they
the United States
failed in the recession.
Yeah, and then they took all the business down to China.
Yeah.
So it's like they canceled out everything here. They're like, nope, cancel everything. China, cheaper, more money.
Right. I mean, 60% of their street lights don't work. 60. There's houses that are worth $500. $500. Like if you walk to like the guy who owns that house, the real estate company, and give him $500, that house is yours. Rent's $1 a month. But I mean, they're like in the worst neighborhoods. I mean, they're not like. I mean, I don't think that city's gonna pick itself up for a long time.
Yeah. I mean,
but if you're a real estate agent, and if you do, I mean, I'm sure if someone does research, they can see if you're like economist or things like that, you can see the growth in the city. You can be like, well, in 10, 20 years, I can predict that the economy will rise this much. I'm sure if you invest money in those houses, you'll be rich. But as of now, don't do it.
Unless you do like a group of people.
Unless you have a lot of heroin addicts there and that's your business.
You know, before helping people outside, it's good to do little. But
yeah, right.
help with the U.S. first, and then spread out the help.
Yeah, I mean, just people don't understand what like reality is, like what the world is. They don't see. All they see is like, magazines, Twitter, Instagram. Like
they just see the best parts of like, every country.
They don't know what like how savage humans can be and how like shitty people are living.
Like especially if you go to Salvador or Honduras.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's rough.
That's
machete wielding dudes. Machete wielding.
You just don't want to walk there. Like especially if you're from a different race.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't want to walk. It's like it's so overpowered by just gangs.
Yeah.
And it's not even a gang no more. It's like
it's the people. It's the air that you breathe. It's just there.
Yeah, it's basically an army that's just walking around, just
free to do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's like free army. Like if who's
it's a militia.
Who's trying to take over is United States. That little part right there, because they can.
Oh, they really?
Yeah, because it basically El Salvador owes so much money to the United States. It basically belongs to them now.
Really?
Yeah. That's why you see that Salvador has like so many visas that they give to Salvadorians.
Is that why they're allowed here in the United States?
Yeah. Just because basically the United States is just the same thing as Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that
they want to make they want to make Cuba a state.
Yeah, they want to make Cuba
a state.
To the United States, yeah.
Which I don't think would be a bad idea.
It would be good, but I mean, how would it work politically wise? Because I don't see.
Well, right now they're in a recession. They're really bad right now. They defaulted. Like they owe so much money. Like they can't pay it back, and like their economy is plummeting. I mean, I see aftershock of what happened in Greece. China's being affected. Puerto Rico's being affected. All of Europe's being affected, except London because they have the pound.
Mm-hmm. London's like the main one over there.
London's so powerful.
Yeah, it just
they owned the world for the longest time.
Forever.
Yeah. I mean, there's that saying: the sun never sets on the English Empire. Mm. It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. They owned America. They went to Africa. They went to Asia. They were in Egypt. They were fucking in India. Yeah, India. I mean, they were fucking everywhere. They were fucking everywhere. And it's such a small island, dude. I don't know what it is about them. They're so strong. I don't know if they're just like they just know how to fight or
I just think it's just they're so smart.
I think they just know how to fight. They know how to like coordinate shit. They're like, all right, we're gonna do this.
I think they just know how to predict, like read people.
Yeah.
As
the Nazis didn't invade them.
They tried.
I mean, they had a what was it?
They had a plan that they were gonna follow through.
Yeah.
So England was like the last one to hit.
Well, they
hit up France, didn't they?
They took Paris over. Like they just walked in there. Like ours.
There's almost
lovers. They're not fighters.
Yeah.
Well, Paris always gives up. They never fucking win the war.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fight.
Yeah.
I'd rather just.
They couldn't get into Russia because they froze to death.
Yeah, the wrong times. What was it? The repeated history, wasn't it? Napoleon
couldn't get in.
Because he went during winter time where like
fuck.
Turn around. The same thing. He went during like cold.
Yeah.
I think Germany would have like won viciously
if it wasn't for like the weather.
Yeah.
Germany. It's kind of scary how far Germany got. They were in Africa. They were in
That was beyond anything.
I mean, look at now. I mean, they have amazing the cars they make. The BMWs. The technology they make. I mean, it's scary how close they were to winning.
Yeah.
It's scary. I mean, even if you look at it, I mean, who do you hear most about the war? America. But who really ended it? It was Russia that did most of the work.
Yeah.
Russia and England, we didn't get into war until the Japanese attacked us.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't even attack us. They were just like, it was just, I don't think it was a plan for them to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Or who, Germany for US?
No, Japan.
Japan.
I don't think it was just meant for them to attack us. I think it's just like, here's an island, you want to attack?
Well, they wanted to own it.
They want to take care of it. So you could be closer to the United States, California, right? But I mean, I didn't see Hawaii back then as a state for the United States. It was just like, that was a pinpoint where they had all their...
Well, the soldier station, they're just kind of... It's kind of like Guam or the Virgin Islands, you know?
I don't think they, like, wanted to attack U.S. directly.
Mm-hmm.
They were just, like, there, like, set up camp and see how the field was gonna play out.
Right.
But it's just like you know how Americans are. Oh, they bombed us. We're gonna kill everybody.
Yeah, they kill everybody. Yeah, and that's exactly how it was. I mean, we didn't get involved in World War II. We knew the Nazis were killing Jews.
Yeah.
We knew about that. We just didn't give a fuck until they attacked us. And they're like, okay, now it's our problem.
Yeah. And then what was it, the Zimmerman letter or something like that?
Zimmerman letter. What's it?
What was it with
I thought
not Zimmerman, but
I thought George Zimmerman. I was like, automatically.
I can't remember. It was something with the Z. But it was Germany sent a letter to Mexico to Mexico attack U.S. to distract them from the war. But if somebody, I think it was like brain or they intervened or they sent it to the wrong place or something like that. They also received like the radio signal because I think it was through Braille, not Braille. Morse code. Morse code.
That was a good one.
The Morse code and Mexico said like no, they thought they were joking and they didn't take them seriously. But the U.S. when they
Mexico's in the war before the United States was.
So I mean they just dust this thing off.
Yeah, I know. All right.
But
I just got back from college, right?
But the U.S. took them seriously, and then that's when they're like, all right, let's go. Because they attacked them, then the whole message thing. They're like,
I don't know that.
We've been living a whole different.
There's a great book I have over there. It's called The Man in the High Castles by Philip K. Dick, and it's about if Germany and Japan won World War II, and it's like.
Oh, yeah.
This is possible. It's scary. It's a really good book. Check it out. Next time we have a chance.
Imagine if they would have won. They would have had everything, dude.
Yeah.
Everything. Because Mexico is a self-sustaining economy.
Mm-hmm.
They have everything. They have 9 of the 11 natural resources that you need to live.
They're taking the entire world.
Yeah. There should be no.
It could have happened. Oh, I mean, it was very possible. It's kind of crazy that it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Little margin.
If it did happen, though, imagine the uprising.
Just the smallest little things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That you you just you just take for granted.
Yeah.
Like because of that, we're like doing this. because of that, we're like.
Just like the smallest little things that they could have done to it.
Yeah. Just like
wait like 3 months until it was warmer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all.
3 months before it got too cold.
That's all it took. But you can't take over. I don't think you can take over Russia. That's way
good
too
part
big.
of it.
You could take like Ukraine and then work your way up.
It's
to
way
Russia.
too big.
Depending how much, if you went around it for China and then took all of that and went up.
We went through China and then up to Mongolia. Like you went like that.
Yeah.
Instead of going through like the whole fucking thing. But if you went down to China and then went up, I think you could.
But I mean, if you was able to get like.
I don't got a globe here, so I can't.
Right now.
If you know your geography, you know what I'm talking about.
Just paint the entire world on it. I mean, I think him taking control and then probably getting or making people, be his army and forcing them up to attack.
You know
what? You could have gotten a good part of it.
Yeah. You would have. Mexico, I think the United States would be invading Mexico instead of Mexico invading the United States. Like, I mean, immigration-wise. Because Mexico would have been with Germany, allied with them. If they would have won. So that would mean that Mexico would have everything that the United States has now.
Right.
So it's like, that would have
depends
flopped.
with whole business and everything and what.
Because, I mean, Germany is
it would
like.
have been communism, wouldn't it? Everything communistic. Everybody working the same thing or being told what to work.
That didn't work clearly.
I wouldn't think so because I mean,
Germany voted for it at first.
Yeah.
Hitler got into power.
But I mean, Japan is still like that, isn't it?
I mean, Japan.
Because I mean, it has.
Well,
they don't really have democracy.
They have a
prime minister. I don't know much about it.
Because I mean, you know how they all have like their own little regions. I mean,
they have their own feudal lord.
The emperor.
They have like each one for like certain sections, I think. But like all together, they have like something, but not. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
I mean, say what you want about Hitler, man, but he was a smart person.
Yeah,
he convinced he got a country out of recession after the Great Depression, and he convinced an entire country to turn.
And he came back from like having no army, no military power at all to what he became.
Yeah, like say what you want, man, but that didn't knew what he was doing.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's some people that say that they just like they're.
I'm not defending what he did. What he did was horrible. I mean, it's the worst thing.
But it's just the way. Yeah.
The way he did it's like wow, like you brainwashed an entire country. I can't even brainwash one person. Like
I can't even brainwash my cat.
Like Jesus Christ, like what did you do, man? Just the way he talked, fucking.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the idea of trying to. Well, it's his idea of one world power, right? And then getting the whole
new world order.
Like you're gonna be in control of the whole world and everybody around you.
Dude, that would have been really crazy. I just can't imagine it, dude. It's just like so many things would like my mind's just like
imagination playing. Be like, dude, it's gonna happen. Think of the time of Germany at the moment and think like worldwide. Yeah. Like everybody outside of Germany.
I guess it would have been like genocide. He would have killed everybody that wasn't blue-eyed and.
Oh yeah, it would have been a worldwide genocide. Yeah. That's a good rap lyric. Worldwide genocide.
Everybody have blue eyes.
Yeah, and you didn't have blue eyes. You had black hair and like black eyes. Like what the fuck was he even talking about?
I know that's was so astonishing. Like
his image of like the perfect human.
Dude was smoking way too much weed. So that's a problem. He's getting blacking in and out.
I wonder how he pictures himself. Did he see himself as like blue-eyed, blonde hair?
I think he just saw himself as just I don't know, man. Like I really don't know.
I think he was trying to see himself more like as
a god.
The person
he was really godlike. I mean,
the person to bring the world to perfect.
Yeah.
Not like actually. Yeah, pretty much.
He was just a bridge, I guess you could say.
Well, he blamed the Jews for the Great Depression.
Yeah.
That was worldwide. The United States was worldwide. I mean, people always confuse that. I mean, the Great Recession was worldwide too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say we're gonna hit another Great Recession, another economic collapse. Like, it's gonna be really big. Yeah. It's gonna be soon.
Well, I would imagine.
What's happening now with Europe, China? China's stock is plummeting. Europe is in the shit. I mean, it's gonna hit us eventually. Look at us. Look how much we're in debt.
Yeah. If United States falls, everybody falls. If Europe falls, everybody falls.
If like the United Kingdom falls, you're fucked.
Yeah. It's like it's just a small balance. It's just like you're just trying to balance everything.
And with all the, I mean, it's all been just a build up of all these wars, all these things we've been wasting money on, and just building up, and like it's a tipping point to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're living in crazy.
It's basically a deficit, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly. We're living in crazy times, man.
I mean, we just need.
I don't like.
It was there was somebody. After I think it was World War II, World War I, probably World War II. After the whole communism thing, they're trying to set up, the whole democracy or communism, let the places like vote. And there was one guy in Africa. He said like, let it be communistic at first, just for me to set everything right, and then after everything's right, we'll go into democracy. And that's
that'd be a good system.
Yeah,
I guess because you can get everyone in order, and then you can like
let them kind of be a bit more free about it. Mm-hmm. So that's what they did, and that's how I guess Africa.
It works well on paper. Doesn't work well in real life.
Well, I mean, it would seem like everybody.
Let's go with like the whole democracy and communism thing. The places where they're letting them choose. They were used to communism, but they didn't know how to do democracy. Mm-hmm. So a lot of places that did democracy kind of like fell apart because they didn't know how to run it. Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of places failed. That's why that one guy was like, "Let me do communism for Africa."
Who was it again?
I forgot his name, but it was I think I'm not sure if it was after with Great Britain. You know how they had like all the territories and everything, controlling everybody. Yeah, it was through Africa and everything. When they're pushed back and they like they had to fight, kicked them out. I think after that, it was one guy, I forgot his name though, but he said like, let me just do communism here at first to settle everything down, and then we'll switch to democracy since everybody will be more adjusted to it.
I need to research that more. It sounds interesting. A good idea to use.
I mean, it sounds like if you go from communist directly to democracy, they're just gonna be like, okay, so you're just
switching it up right away.
Yeah, you're just gonna give me two options, like either I vote for you or I vote for him.
Like, who the fuck do I vote for?
No, but I think it was
like I don't even know him. Who's that guy?
It was more like control everything, but to make them work in a way that would be
freedom. I guess like you give them more
democratic.
Freedom. Oh, okay.
So
okay, I can see that.
You shouldn't be doing this, or they should be aiming more towards this and this.
Like
setting up a goal plan.
Yeah, I guess
what exactly like you're trying to do.
Oh, okay, I can see like he's setting up the laws. It's like you break them. This is your punishments. these are your rewards if you don't break them, stuff like
pretty
that.
much, like, you know, like things are gonna be different, but like, you know, you should like, you know, it's gonna be like it took a while, but you know, you had to educate the people that know what to do and everything. And once it worked more towards there, or if it was more settled into that, it was you know, like he just like came off the title and like let him go into democracy and like.
You know, this is kind of weird, but you can actually like put all this towards like religion, because religion does kind of the same thing. It's like you have just one power. Let's say you're God. You have that one power
then
that
you
like
have
tells
the hierarchy.
It's like it tells you like you're free to do whatever you want, just as long as you don't break the 10 amendments.
Yeah, don't steal, don't
The
kill.
first 10. There's like, how many are there?
Oh, there's 10. No, Moses carried him on his fucking arm.
Back when I was in St. Michael, they told me there were like.
I'm not religious, man, but I know a lot about religion.
They told me there was a lot more than just 10.
Is there really more than 10?
Just like the basic 10, like the
those are like the main.
The one that Moses saw in the burning bush, the one that he talked to God through the burning bush.
Those were the important ones, but then there's like a huge list of one after those.
Huh? I didn't know that.
I can't like remember exactly how many it was, but that's what I was told when I was back when I was.
When I was a wee little lad. That was a wee.
Yeah. But I mean, with the whole idea with like religion, for me, it's I just can't like church-wise. I can't really.
The thing about religion to me, I mean, I've had religious experiences. Granted, these were under the influence of certain substances. The magic mushroom. Granted, these were when I was under the influence, but I don't believe in a book of scripture such as the Quran. You know, you got the Bible. You have I don't know what's Buddhism, whatever their work is called. The works of Buddha.
I actually had like back when I was working during my training.
But you know what I'm talking about. You have all these works of literature, and I love reading. I mean, I absolutely love reading. I love reading different books, even if it's something that I don't believe in. I like to read it and understand the other person's perspective.
Exactly.
To see where they're coming from, because I'm like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, because you just think it's single-minded.
Exactly.
And not seeing
like, fuck him for him thinking that. Why does he think that? Like, what about him makes him think that? I love knowing about that person, so I can understand.
That's exactly how I feel.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. And I like reading all these different books of literature and seeing where what people believe in and why they believe in these things. But I think if you believe in those books, I think you're missing the point of it. I think to take these books literally, you're missing the point. The point is to be a better person, to treat others as you like to be treated. The golden rule.
Yeah, just the guideline to live as
a normal human functioning being in society. You know, I think if you take these books literally, you're missing the point of it. It's like me taking Frankenstein literally, me taking like any Greek work of literature literally. As with Frankenstein, we brought up earlier in the podcast. You know, it talks about abandonment. It talks about fear. It talks about human fear. We consider monsters. It talks about
like the Bible.
Exactly.
It shows you how to cope with it.
Exactly. This and that. But should I take that? Imagine that book was written 2,000 years ago. Would you take it literally? I mean, it's exactly the same thing, you know. And I think to take those literally, you're missing the point of it. But as far as me believing a higher being, I don't know about it yet. Yeah. I mean, if a higher being, you consider it being a man in the clouds, then no. But if it's just this thing that simply exists, then like it's just this thing that your mind can't comprehend. It's not a man that sits on clouds. It doesn't judge you. It's just this thing that simply is and simply exists.
Our brain is still only 10% that we're using. So I mean, there's infinite amount of things that could be a god.
And you think if you met it, you would shit your pants. Like by shit, your brain would shit itself out.
I don't think you would be able to meet it. I think it would just be like if it's like a power or an aura. I think you just I don't know. I can't explain it.
It would be like us talking to an ant and an ant. You know, it would be like us talking to an ant and then waiting for the ant to reply to us. Be just like that. Or us talking to a microbe. The microbe doesn't know what we are. Can't even comprehend what we are.
Yeah.
Just it's for the sake of argument. Imagine if you're a bacteria that just lives like right here in this in this where we're sitting on. Like and if it had the higher power of like thinking and saw us, it wouldn't know what we are. It would just be like, what the fuck is that? Like even this like if you brought this to a cave, it would be the same thing as this brain going back in time and showing this to a caveman. It wouldn't know what it would be. Like a spaceship. It would be like, what is that? It would be godlike.
No.
I think I think what you said, Luis, you know, like talking to a god, it would be like us, like an ant talking to us. It'll be like what? Like who are you?
Do you not understand me?
Like you're nothing.
Yeah, they're just like
you just.
How would I say it so we can everybody make it easy and fun to understand it?
Yeah.
It's just like we don't want to disrespect any religion or anything that you want to say.
Yeah.
This is just what I would say we came after, like.
Yeah. No, we're not disrespecting anyone. No, we're not disrespecting
right.
anyone. Yeah.
This is just the way that we have been thinking about religion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just one thing that we have to solely base our whole life in.
And I think that's what people. I think that's where like a lot of the murky bullshit comes in, such as with like gay rights.
Yeah,
such
it's
as
black and white.
Such as with executions. Also with abortions, people base these opinions on religion, and I think people don't understand that not everyone believes what you believe in, and people are like it's wrong because God said this. Well, how about the person who believes in Buddhism or who's a Muslim or who's a Confucianist? Or who's whatever. Go down the list. Whatever it may be. What about that person?
Yeah, extremist is just like to them that's right.
But to them, but to us it's wrong because
Yeah.
we believe in we're all Catholic. We're Hispanic. We're all born in Catholic homes. We think that's wrong because we're Catholic. But to that person, it's completely correct.
That's like honor. To
yeah.
Them.
Yeah, I think I think that's a lot. Not all, but a majority of I think the world's problems come from is that misunderstanding of people's beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Teach us to be open-minded about things.
Yeah,
everybody just forces you into. You believe this because I say you believe in this.
Yeah, and it's the right thing to believe, and there's nothing else. You don't question it. You just simply believe in it.
You just simply go through their procedures, through lectures, through
religion or church, really.
I mean, I'm not bashing you. I mean, if people go to church, go do whatever you want.
Go to it, but if it doesn't,
the only reason I see you going to church, they always say that you have to do it with more people around so you can be a place of God, because you're transferring the energies, stuff like that.
I think that's also like what is it, a psychological thing where we tend to follow the crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Like like you could be in a group of like I think it was some testing that they did once where like. There'd be like a control group and one person who didn't know what was going on with the experiment. They were just sitting there, and they'd be asking questions about certain things, and they'd be the group would raise their hand with certain questions and keep them down with the others. Like if you're by yourself and you see everybody like raise their hand for a certain question, you're gonna want to have that tendency to raise your hand as well.
Yeah,
you want to be left out. And when
it's like when someone asks you a question, like what's the answer to this question, and no one raises their hand.
Yeah, everybody just keeps their hand down.
It's because they're
even
scared.
If you know it.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know
that's
it.
Why.
But you have that fear.
But with
like wrong.
That's what with like the whole church thing. That's where it also plays in. Where like
if you question it, like you can't question what we're saying.
Yeah, because I mean everybody else around you isn't questioning it.
Right.
It's like you do not know the answer. Look in the Bible. It will tell you the answer. Is like
why don't you explain it to me, asshole?
That's why I don't like the church either, because it's like their answer's already set, but they don't make you like think.
Yeah, they just tell you like
your actual answers. Like with certain fears, some of them just come from within you, and but like with the church, it's more like look in the Bible and like your answer's right there, or like it's a demon, and like they tell you go like rehearse or like pretty much say again like some of the verses through the Bible. Yeah. But instead, if you take it from outside of religion, you can think about it as like, why did I see this like negative energy or whatever, or vision? Think about it. Think about what's been going on with your life. Maybe it's a fear of something coming up, something like that, and then you can kind of prepare and actually, like be able to cope with it better and handle the situation a lot better.
Yeah, right.
Instead of just going, it's in the Bible. The Bible says it was a demon, or something like that. And that's why I don't hate. It's not the Bible, but more the way that people act in the church for it.
It's the way they took it.
Yeah.
And they created it. Something that maybe wasn't exactly like how they're doing it now. Maybe before, how Jesus used to, I don't know how the Bible used to interpret how Jesus would go to people and talk to them, tell them like, this is my power, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to write it down and tell you I did it.
Yeah.
I want my followers to write down what I did. Yeah.
So that's like they're doing the exact opposite of what they're doing now. They're just like they all congregate in the church, and he just says, "Okay, today we're gonna study about this because so and so went through this. So now let's go.
Now let's
talk
study
about
it. You know, like let's talk about it. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, I mean, it's interesting to see it from that, you know, like no one questioning it, and like why is it that? Why shouldn't we question it? Like why can't I question
No,
it?
I feel like if I can't question it or think
It
about
takes the whole purpose out of it, because I want to learn, because you learn from questioning things. Yeah, it takes the entire point
and
from
I think
it
that's
away.
why, like, with religion, so like it makes us feel so behind, because never questioning, so there's no sort of progress. It's just repetition of the same thing of whenever it started the repetition. It
Right.
Like 1,000 years ago, 100 years ago, 5,000 years ago, who knows how long. It's playing with numbers, but you know, like whenever like the whole process of actually making you think, talk about it, and figure things out stopped, and you're just saying go to the Bible and find things there. And that's what we're pretty much stuck on when it comes to church.
Yeah, and you could take like one paragraph from a scripture, and you can completely think it's of a different thing.
Oh yeah.
It has like so many different meanings, and they're like, no, it means this. It's like,
it could be like
but it means this.
Yeah, but I think that's with any work of literature.
Yeah,
any
really.
work of literature.
What was it? The Bible was what, from Hebrew, wasn't it, or something like that?
Well, it was Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lots of like.
So over time, it lost its
somebody could
translation.
put something in there when they're translating as well.
It depends who's in power too, man. It depends who's in power.
That's why I don't like copies of the Bible. I'm like,
they put some shit in there to take some shit out. Like,
lots of
copies of the Bible.
He could completely lose the meaning that he was trying to.
They could take out, put in, change certain things. I'm like, no, I don't want to read it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I mean, that's when like the whole religion thing. That's why too. But I mean, I think as well as what I feel like they don't really make you feel as connected to God as you should be. It's more praising him, worshiping him. But there's also that point of view where you're supposed to see yourself as him or her or it. But I feel like when I was going, I didn't really ever feel like I was told that. Like you are God as well as he is you or she or however. It's more like you're the son and you get to praise.
Right.
It's more like that's what I started going through, and like it's common thing now. Like I've been seeing it more that you can see yourself as God, and once you do that, you become more aware of pretty much everything. That's when you're actually able to question and feel more free to question things without feeling like punishment or anything like that.
But I like the mystery in it too, because I think once you discover everything, what's the point, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's so
many
things.
I like that mystery in it, you know.
There's so many
I think
things that
we will
we
never find out there is something that created the universe.
Yeah.
We'll never find out.
There's so many things that are in the universe itself.
We're making huge progress in understanding where we came from, but to find out where exactly, like the moment of creation, we're nowhere near that.
Also, that's why, like, we went back we hold ourselves back because of religion.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't question anything back in the day, so it's like it was limited to what we could do, and that's why only like pioneers, like you could say Galileo and
you got Isaac Newton, you got a bunch of Copernicus, a bunch of famous
and that's why it's so limited. There's not like a whole community like it is now.
Exactly.
It's like you have colleges that specify
questioning. Imagine where we could have been now if that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Much progress we would have made. No.
No, I mean, I think I saw like a whole article about like the church, and then what do they get for free? It was taxes. They don't have to do taxes.
They don't pay taxes.
They don't pay taxes at all.
Certain things like that. Yeah, like they said like instead of doing that for religion, they should do that for like actual scientific facilities and industries.
They should do it like that.
Like no taxes, or like just let them just focus on like
whatever field of study
limited research. And that could really like just make us advance a lot more.
Get a huge leap.
Well, Eddie, you get to leave at 2?
Yeah. It's already about to be 1.
It's about to be 1, 15. Man. It's been a great podcast.
Yeah,
it's been a really great podcast. Yeah. Well, we'll do this again, man. We'll do this again like sometime next week.
Yeah, just anytime. I'm available.
I like you having as a guest.
Awesome, man. Thank you. This is the first time I've been in one, so I was nervous at the beginning. I didn't know what to do, what to say. Yeah. Or how to portray myself, how to be able to convey with the people.
Just talk, man. Just talk.
I mean, once we hit that certain topic, that's when you're actually able to.
A little, in the beginning, it's a little slow, but once you start going, it's like.
Yeah, it got into like we're talking about video games, then boom, war.
Yeah, like, boom.
War to
It come with Confederate flag, aliens, conspiracies, monsters, World War II, and then religion. Yeah, it's easy.
I feel like religion's always gonna be at the base of everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it can be. That's a good way to start topics. I mean, with certain people, there's
But a lot of people wouldn't want to hear this podcast because we're going so much depth because of religion.
Yeah, they're not so used to probably.
Well, I mean, there's
there's a lot of open-minded people, but just as there is open-minded, there's
a lot of
closed-minded.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get a mixture of both.
Yeah,
like,
well, I guess we appeal to both crowds. I hope.
I hope so.
But I mean, when it comes with religion, just for like anybody listening, we have been raised in like Catholic.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
Christian.
we're not bashing on anything. There's our experiences and what we've grown to, what we have adjusted to, and how we see things, not just from just inside the church, but outside the church.
Exactly.
As well.
It's just all of our environment. It depends where you.
Nature, nurture.
Yeah. And I also give like respect to anybody who like studies the Bible at home instead of like other people. I mean, there are some people who do that. Like they look through it, everything.
There's some people, man.
And I would
take their life lessons through.
I would like to hear where we're wrong. I like them to give us an opinion about why we're wrong, or why this is right and why this is wrong. I want to hear
intellectual. Intellectual wisdom.
Like I just don't want to hear you say no, you're wrong, and that's it. Not give me no
that goes
no
straight
context.
to the whole like no questioning kind of thing. It's like, no, you're not allowed to question it.
I want to hear feedback. I want to know what we could improve on, what we did wrong.
Intellectual
but definitely next week we'll do another one, dude.
All right, we'll bring some hot topics. Man, we gotta get something from them. They gotta tell us what they want to hear.
No, I get feedback, dude. I have viewers on here.
Awesome.
Hot topics with hot pockets.
But hey, I have a guest coming this today. So to my podcast listeners, this is it for the podcast. Hopefully we'll have on my cousin Isidro Rico on today. I don't know yet. It's kind of sketchy so far. But next week we'll have on more podcasts. Luis will come back soon. Eric, Omar, and Hector. Definitely Hector. I need to have you and Hector on a podcast. Like us three. You, Hector, and me.
And we'll get all of us.
Yeah, like that would be a great podcast. Yeah, like Hector and you. I think it would be a great podcast. But I really enjoyed this podcast, man. It was a great podcast. Probably the best podcast I've had so far. But thanks for joining the Knowledge Dropping Hour. I'll see you guys next week. Much love. Mwah. Goodbye, people.
This just had like a whole bunch of feeling into it. Like